What all the officials had to say. Then there are those thousands of UH fans. Plenty of blame to go around. A lot of fans were out there pointing the finger today. In fact, a handful of fans, many of them season ticket holders, held a rally today out front of the president's office at Bachman Hall as Coach was making his official announcement in Dallas. KHNL News 8's Marvin Blankensejo continues our coverage.
Shame on you! Shame on you!
Blame the Hawaii athletic director, blame the school president, even the state legislature. But these fans say, don't you dare blame June Jones.
I don't have any animosity towards June whatsoever. He was here for 9 years, and he has to look out for himself too, and his family.
Most of these dozen or so fans are season ticket holders who traveled to Hawaii's Sugar Bowl game against Georgia in the Louisiana Superdome. Now there's a change at the Warriors head coaching position. These football supporters want to see even more personnel changes.
You gave away our tickets! We're not giving us a chance! Rangers gotta go!
Disappointed and sad, these Warrior fans wish Coach Jones the best of luck at his new school. And now they're left hoping the same kind of football good fortune being enjoyed by SMU will also be experienced once again on the Manoa campus.
It also is going to have an impact for several years till we get a new coach and hopefully maybe a new AD and rebuild from here.
I think June Jones set a base for Hawaii and, showed us what we could become. And, if we seize the opportunity, and I don't think it's dead.
In Manoa, Marvin Blankensejo, KHNL News 8.
And while they are very disappointed, other fans we spoke to today also support Jones's decision to move on, and they wish him well. KHNL News 8's Beth Hillier now with more fan reaction.
Well, Steph, none of the fans we talked to were mad at Coach Jones. They say they understand his frustrations. Many are disappointed administrators did not address his concerns sooner, but overall, fans expressed aloha for Coach Jones on his career move.
Warrior fans are disappointed Jones accepted the SMU offer.
It was heartbreaking. To me, devastating, because he had done such a wonderful job building up the program. But according to the news conference, I guess the final nail was when he put that SMU baseball cap on. That was awful.
I believe that he should just go with whatever he's happy with. He had a good season at the school, and if he wants to make the choice to go to a different school, that's totally up to him. I respect his word. He's a good coach. So.
Some held out hope the coach would remain true to UH.
Gut feeling was, well, I really wish he wouldn't go, because he's done so much for the state of Hawaii and the football program at UH. And it was kind of shocking that he actually would go.
Some believe his departure will spark change.
This is going to be a tipping point for the program to do the things they need to do to catch up. And so he kind of said, unfortunately, you need to do it now. You should have done it before.
I think the fans should just wish him best of luck, because, he just want to go on with his life. And the players next year, hopefully they get a good coach and they'll do well next year like they did this season.
Now, fans say they want the team to know they back them 100% and they have confidence in the current coaching staff. Reporting live, Beth Hillier, KHNL News 8.
Now it's time to think about it.
Wow. I had planned to make this editorial a toast to the wonderful supporters of the UH football team and to the team itself for a glorious season. But rather than sit around and lament and point fingers at who did what and who should have done what, the reality is that now is the time to move forward, move ahead, address issues and concerns, and make sure that this rebuilt program continues to make strides and represent the state and the university so well. Whether you think it's fair or not, college athletics, and especially football, are big-time business. If we expect to play at or near the highest level in football and other sports, we need to make sure everything is done on many levels to ensure that those opportunities exist for our players and our coaches. Conversely, if we stand back and suggest that a state with only 1.3 million people really cannot expect to compete with bigger states and better funded universities, then surely it will be a self-fulfilling prophecy. With all due respect to state schools and similarly populated states like New Hampshire, Maine, and Idaho, I think we all expect and demand more. So let's not wring our collective hands too long. True fans need to be strong and present in the tough times, not just when we are nationally ranked. Let's hope that things are done quickly to ensure the smoothest transition possible at the end of this roller coaster melodrama, so that we can at least see the potential for another pot of gold at the end of the rainbows. Think about it.
We have full team coverage tonight of the shakeup in Manoa, starting with our sports director, Liz Chun. So, Liz, Jones' assistant coaches were among the first to hear the news, but you say even they were stunned.
Yes, the Southern Methodist University deal is a blockbuster one for Conference USA at $10 million over 5 years. But even as he sat down for the first time as Mustangs head coach, he said money was not his first priority. Here's a little of what Jones has to say in Dallas.
I really think the facilities and everything is here, and now it's my job to focus on what it's going to take from the players to get them to play at a level together. I'm excited to play the style of football that I play. It'll be a fun one to come to the games. It'll be fun to watch, and we will attract the players to come play in our offense. I'm excited about some of the coaches that I have talked to already that are willing to come be a part of this, and I think from here it's just going to be a great ride. The state of Texas excites me because of what we do. My starting secondary was all from Texas at Hawaii this year. And I know there's a lot of players within 30 miles of this campus, and I'm excited to get out and meet the coaches and compete at the level that we need to compete at to get those kids. And you know, I do things a little differently. I'm different than your normal Texas coach, but I get it done and we win, and I'm really looking forward to the challenge. The hardest thing about leaving Hawaii for me is that it was more than just leaving. I'm very attached to the people of Hawaii, and I'm very attached to, I get attached to my players, and that's a hard thing whenever that happens. And right up until last night, when I went to bed and got, you know, said my prayers, and I'm going to be perfectly honest, it was a very, very difficult decision because of that. My relationship with not just the school, but with the people of Hawaii, that was what made it hard. But the opportunity here surpasses everything.
The resignation of June Jones resonated with his former coaching staff. KGMB9 was the only station who was with the assistant coaches as they heard the official news that Coach Jones had accepted the job at SMU.
From here, it's just going to be a great ride. And
before June Jones made his final commitment to Southern Methodist University, he made personal calls to all of his assistant coaches. Well, not a total surprise, many of them say they went to bed thinking Jones was staying in Hawaii.
I thought well into last night that it was not going to happen that way, and then 4 o'clock this morning the phone rang, and you know, those are never good calls when they come at 4 in the morning, and I got to the phone and it was June, and you know, he told me what he was going to do.
By Monday afternoon, many of Jones' longtime assistants, who also consider themselves his friends, watched Hawaii's coach of 9 years bid aloha to the Warrior program.
We're just beginning to get the fans in the community, and it was in the we had it. It was on a high, and now we get this setback.
In taking the head coaching position in Dallas, Jones is not expected to go alone. He has offered a position to all of his assistants, and many of them may just follow him.
You know, I've seen Dallas on TV, so who knows? I might have to see Dallas right up front.
You'd consider going?
Well, you got to look into it because, you know, like I said, I mean, everybody's contract ends, and what's going to happen?
Jones, who's expected back in Hawaii tomorrow, says he'll make an announcement on his new staff in the coming days. Until then, the fate of UH's football team remains unclear. Many fear if things aren't settled soon, Hawaii could take a huge step backwards only a week after reaching the Sugar Bowl.
The longer they wait, the tougher it is. So, I hope Herman or somebody, you know, makes some decisions now that June has decided to go.